Welcome, Aquarius and Aquarius Crosswatchers, to your reading for this week. So in the pre-shuffle, we got the Two of Swords and Temperance. And then we have the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So just to start off here, Aquarius, it feels like there's a real duality to you right now. I feel like the you that you're presenting is the opposite to how you feel. I can't quite feel if it's either way. So it's almost like either you're pretending on the outside to be totally fine and everything's great, but you're not. It feels more that you seem to have to pretend that something isn't bothering you. It's almost like you're pretending that something doesn't bother you, but kind of allowing people to believe that it does. But underneath all of that, you couldn't care less. It's almost like you're creating some sort of distraction so you can do something that you were going to do anyway. It just feels like you're able to do it. Hold on for a second. You're able to do it away from like prying eyes, if that makes sense. I don't know if that's making sense. It feels like there's something about the energy that you're putting out that if people knew how great it was, they would 100% try to take it from you. And that would destroy some of its, I want to say, like, some of the innocence about it. It's almost like when you're starting a campfire and you have to like get down, and I don't know how people start campfires, but sometimes you see them blowing on the fire. It's like you're kind of kneeling and blowing on the fire, and you don't want anybody coming over and walking over too fast and putting the light out with the wind that comes behind them, if that makes sense. It's that kind of an energy. And it feels like you may almost present as a little robotic to the people around you. It feels like for some of you, this may not be all of you, but for some of you, when you're really focused on something, this kind of robotic energy may be almost normal for you, and you know that, and that's why you're doing it. I don't know why I'm sitting here giving away all your secrets, Aquarius. It feels like you seem to be protecting yourself, like a preemptive protection from a broken heart, if that makes sense. So we are going to get a clarifier here. One for the Temperance. Can we get a clarifier for Aquarius? For Temperance. Queen of Cups. Are you in love? Oh God, if you are, it feels like it's that, oh my God, I can feel it now. It feels like it's that giddy kind of giggling to yourself love, almost like, you would like that, I want to say childish, but not childish in like, oh, it's not mature type way, right? It's more like that the pureness of the feeling when the cards are talking about childish, when it hasn't been tainted by, the world and hasn't been torn to pieces and put back together a million times. Not that there's anything, you know what I mean? It feels like there's something about, if people knew, they would be really rigid about it. They would try to classify it as something, and that's not, like, it's too beautiful to be stuck inside this, whatever box people would want to put it in. It's like they would want to put a label on this thing, whatever it is, person, place, or thing, they would want to put a label on it, and it's almost like it would lose some of its beauty, some of the freedom that you find in it if people were to try to categorize it. And it's almost like it doesn't feel like not everybody that would do that would have that intention, right? It's almost like that's just kind of how their mind works. And obviously this won't apply to everybody, but it's almost like there's some people that you've noticed that it's like how they cope with the world. Stuff has to fit into boxes. This goes here, that goes there, this category is this. They need things that are well defined in their world. And it feels like you need things in your life that have more fluidity than that. And it feels like, and that's what it is that you are keeping so close to the chest. It's like, yes, it's this thing, but you're not idolizing that thing. You're not necessarily idolizing, but you are wanting to capture and retain that almost like indescribable feeling of like joy and freedom. Okay. Who's that? Feels like there's somebody here that who is that? And do you need to know anything? It feels like this is somebody, I don't know why this is what's coming through, but it's almost like every time this person, maybe it's a group of people, but I'm kind of getting it's one person, they come in, it's just kind of like, oh, here we go. You know what I mean? It feels like this is somebody that, ick. It feels like, they believe that their word is law, and, it feels like a know-it-all. You know what I mean? It feels like somebody that comes in and they're going to tell you who you are. They're going to tell you what you're doing and why you're doing it. And that's just not going to work. You know what I mean? It just feels like I'm hearing like there's just no talking to this person. They seem to feel like they know right from wrong and they're going to tell you. And, if you don't listen, then you're just stupid because they know it feels like the kind of person that like they come at it with that, like they know what's best for everybody. It feels like a busybody. You know what I mean? And I feel like hold on, there's something about it. They're going to offer you something and it feels enticing. And it's almost like, and it feels enticing for like a flash until you remember what you have. And they seem to feel like you're going to 100% accept what they're offering. And of course, you're going to make your own decision. The energy, I'm not feeling it from all of you, but definitely from some of you. It's this energy of like, well, then I guess they're going to feel that way. You know what I mean? Because you're just not really willing to give whatever this is up. And I feel like with this person, they don't do nice things for people to do nice things. They do nice things expecting something in return. And, there's nothing wrong with like a give and take in a relationship, but this person seems to, it's almost like they hold on to those favors that they are owed until they can make you do something that you don't want to do and like put the screws to you with like a sneer on their face. It's that type of a like ick. I don't know how else to say that. I feel like there's something about this person. They're very intelligent and they see you as a kindred spirit. And I feel like obviously they're not seeing that part of you, but when they look at this Two of Swords energy, they see you as somebody that is as intelligent and as, somebody that they can actually talk to. It feels like somebody that they may, this is really interesting. They may at times act like they're better, their shiz doesn't stink, if you will. But there's something here that they want your approval. That's why they're making the offer. And they feel like they're making the offer that's so good that you should be able to accept it. But they're putting some sort of stank on it. It's like they're putting in the exact offer that you want, but they're withholding one thing. And it's almost like they're doing that to play the game. They want to draw you in. It feels like it's like if you accept it, they'll know they've got you. You know what I mean? It's like they'll know that they're ick. I'm not saying this because I agree with it. If you accept it with that one thing missing, it's like they'll know that they're smarter than you. It's like a test. And I feel like you're over here. You can kind of see their game coming a mile away, whatever this nonsense is, right? Because you're not, and it does not feel at all like you're trying to say like, oh, you're better, or you're this, or you're that about yourself, right? It feels more that it's like if this person didn't spend so much bloody time trying to run everybody else's life, things would probably be a lot different for them. But like you got this person's number. It's not going to be a surprise. It does feel like it's kind of a nuisance. And I'm not going to lie. It feels like it's the type of person that they may be able to overtake other people because other people see this energy about them and underestimate them, but they actually are very smart. They're crafty, and they don't like, if they really want something, they're not going to play. I almost want to say they're not going to play games. But it's not that they're not going to play games. They're not going to play fast and loose with possibly losing something that they want to win. If they want something, they're going to lay a trap and they're going to get it. And that's that. And I feel like because you don't underestimate them and you keep a close eye on this person, it's almost like you may somehow delay making a decision until some sort of like on their offer, until some event happens that makes the decision for you. And it's not that you're waiting for something else to come in and kind of save you from the decision. It feels it's a calculated move because you know that thing is coming. You know that thing is going to interfere with you making the decision. It may have something to do with whatever that one thing is that they're not giving you the offer. It's almost like in allowing yourself to wait to make the decision, something is going to come to light that exposes that thing. So it's like it gets exposed, but not to the extent that you're the one that's doing it. So they're still kind of in the dark about who's top dog between the two of you. And it feels like you're just not really interested in all that competition nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't need to dominate other people to validate your intelligence like this. And it feels like, in a little bit of a morbid sense, it's interesting to watch them do it. But it feels like it's like for a moment you're interested and then you're totally disgusted. So I think I'll leave it there. Aquarius. I almost said Aries. Sorry, guys. I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I am hoping to get out some monthly, the longer reads for October. So please keep an eye out for those if you're so inclined. And we'll see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.